The week is over. But for most people, the stress isn't. It just changes shape. It morphs from the external pressure of deadlines into that chilling internal dread we all know as the Sunday Scaries. That gnawing anxiety, that feeling in the pit of your stomach, is a signal. It's a signal that you're losing the one battle that truly matters, the battle for control over your own mind. You look at the week ahead and all you see is chaos, difficulty, struggle. You feel powerless. But you have access to a profound truth. You possess a weapon that cuts through exhaustion, defeats anxiety, and goes far beyond mere talent. That weapon is your mindset. Your mindset is your Sunday superpower. The difference between a week you conquer and a week you simply endure is undecided on Monday morning. It's decided right now, today, on Sunday, by the conscious, disciplined framework you choose to build inside your mind. Most people operate with what I call a fixed Sunday mindset. They believe their anxiety is just a fact of life, an unchangeable reality. They see the exhaustion from the past week as a permanent state. They use Sunday to mourn the weekend that's ending and to dread the week that's beginning. This mindset is a form of psychological surrender. It guarantees they walk into Monday morning already defeated. But the champion, the high performer, embraces a growth Sunday mindset. They understand that anxiety is simply misdirected energy. They know that fear is just a signpost, pointing towards something challenging, and therefore something worthwhile. They use this day, Sunday, to strategically reframe the entire conflict. They choose to see their mental state, their focus, and their clarity not as results of circumstance, but as tools they must intentionally sharpen. This is a form of psychological alchemy. The champion doesn't fight anxiety, they repurpose it. Think about it. Anxiety is just energy looking for an outlet. The average person lets that energy spiral into aimless dread. The champion channels it into focused planning. They sit down and confront the three main sources of Sunday anxiety head-on, neutralizing them with intentional action. First, they reframe fatigue. They turn it from a liability into an investment. The average mind says, "I'm exhausted from last week. I deserve a day of rest, comfort, and binge watching." This is the lie of entitlement. But the champion superpower says, "I will use this Sunday not for passive recovery, but for strategic investment. I'll dedicate 2 hours to deep work or focused training right now, knowing that the momentum I build today will eliminate the friction that would have cost me 5 hours of anxiety tomorrow." They build an identity where discipline becomes the ultimate form of self-care. Second, they reframe anxiety itself, transforming it from paralysis into precision. The average mind says, "Oh no, I'm so worried about that big presentation on Tuesday." This leads to endless scrolling, distraction, and that spiraling feeling of dread. The champion superpower says, "My worry is a signal. It's a call to action. I will use this Sunday to eliminate the variables. I will dedicate one focused 90-minute block to pre-planning the first 3 steps of that presentation." They convert that vague, paralyzing fear into concrete, manageable tasks. They use their anxiety as the fuel for meticulous, calming preparation. By the time they're done, the fear is gone, replaced by confidence. And third, they reframe the weekend. They see it not as an ending, but as an engine. The average mind treats Friday afternoon as the finish line. The champion understands there is no finish line, only the next starting block. Their superpower says, "My Sunday is my single biggest competitive advantage. While the rest of the world is wasting these hours, I will use them to build my unassailable lead." They refuse to believe their dreams are confined to a 5-day work week. They know that the quiet solitude of a Sunday is the perfect time to build their mental and physical fortress without any external interference. So how do they do this? They execute a protocol of mental discipline designed to guarantee a powerful week. It starts with the mind audit. They perform a complete mental purge. They get a piece of paper or open a document and externalize every single thought, worry, and unfinished task. They get it all out of their head. They refuse to let their mind be a chaotic, cluttered storage unit. They create clarity through catharsis. Next is the strategy lockdown. From that list, they define the 3 non-negotiable wins for the coming week. Just 3. What are the 3 most important things that, if accomplished, would make this week a success? Then, they open their calendar and time block the exact hours they will use to execute on those wins. They make those appointments with themselves sacred and visible. This is about using the power of your mind to simplify the complex. Then comes the identity choice. This is crucial. They actively choose the identity of the proactive controller. They consciously reject the identity of the passive victim of circumstance. They know that if their mind is disciplined, their emotions will follow. They treat their mood not as their master, but as a subordinate to their purpose. They decide who they need to be to win the week. And finally, the future investment. They use these precious Sunday hours to actively engage in high-leverage skill building. This means reading that essential book, practicing that crucial skill, or refining a key strategy. They're not just preparing for Monday, they are building the person they will be next month, next year. They know that the mind that invests today is the one that dominates tomorrow. Look, the greatest difference between the person who consistently succeeds and the person who always struggles isn't talent. It's not about resources. It is the framework they choose to adopt within their own mind. You have a choice. You can allow your Sunday to be a prison of anxiety and distraction, or you can choose to activate your superpower. You can accept the fixed mindset that guarantees defeat before the week even starts, or you can choose the growth mindset that sees every single challenge as an opportunity to sharpen your greatest weapon. The battle for your week is won or lost today. Choose to win. Activate your superpower. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button. And subscribe for more content on building a champion's mindset. I'll see you in the next one.